When the final bell fades, the podcast breaks it down, every move made. Wrestling, wrestling, wrestling. Lights out in Vegas, feel the roar. One shot left to settle the score. Heroes fall and legends rise. This is where greatness never dies. No script, no stunt, just pure desire. We're burning down in the desert fire. So strap in tight and feel the sound. It's lights out in Vegas and we're taking the crowd. WrestleMania 41. This is your moment. Wrestling Fandom Podcast. Going live after both nights. Don't miss it. Yeah. Sin City Lights, big fight nights, WrestleMania 41, live from Vegas. It's not just a card, it's war zone in the ring. Let's go! Yeah, it's a showcase of the immortal. Back with the vibe, triple threat, he who survives that ride. Raised to the tribal chief, but pump want that smoke. Rollins wild with the drip, never one to provoke. Title fights, tight lights, it's a new era clash. Stratton and Flair, who gon' rise from the ash. Gunther bringing pain, Jay trying to shine. Bloodline fractures with the goals on the line. Main event madness, can't look away from the ramp to the ring, it's Judgment Day. Legends rise, new blood strikes, Vegas got the heat on WrestleMania night. Live crowd loud in the spotlights bold, fighting for a legacy, power and gold. When the bell rings, it's no going back, it's WrestleMania, baby, that's a fact. LA Knight yelling yeah with the US gold. Jacob Factor's coming raw, never do what he's told. Jade and Naomi bringing heart to the fight. Power, grace, glow, women still in the night. Brave versus grinding, mass pride and fire. A legend meets mystery, stakes couldn't be higher. Tag belts on the line, War Raiders versus today. Kofi and Woods got that unicorn play. This ain't just a show, it's history being named. Night one shakes the ground, night two might break it. Cody's the champ, Cena's got that drive. Trying to make history, 17 to survive. Bianca Ray, Io in a triple crown war. No one playing safe, all lies on the score. Plum, pin a fin and down for the IC prize. The belt's been hot, who gon' rise? Priest and Drew in the Vegas Street Brawl. Fists flying like dice, it's winner takes all. Logan versus A, social star meets bet. Styles ain't phased, bet on that threat. Main event madness, can't look away from the ramp to the ring, it's Judgment Day. Legends rise, new blood strikes, Vegas got the heat on WrestleMania night. You're going live after both nights drop, Wrestling Fandom Podcast. We never stop, hit that link, join the vibe. WrestleMania 41, we going live. Yeah, Allegiant Stadium, you feeling this energy? Titles on the line, legends made. Join us right after the bell, Wrestling Fandom Podcast. We go live, we go live.
Welcome, Wrestling Fandom Podcast listeners, to WrestleMania Night 1 reactions. Greg, how the hell was the show for you? It was great for me.
Oh, I need a cigarette. Night 1 was a freaking success. Let's just start it off with that right there. I'm just going to go ahead and roll it.
Me, Oos. Day 1 is just me, Oos. That's right.
Congratulations to the big homie Jey Uso.
The new World Heavyweight
Another
Champion.
great WrestleMania start off.
Absolutely great WrestleMania start off. I mean, don't get me wrong. It could have been better. It could have been worse. But, hey, started the night off with Jey Uso taking the championship from Gunther. I noticed.
Oh man, that was a great match. I mean, Oh, did you have some ticker issues there? Is that what I'm noticing?
Yeah.
Can you get an update on there? It's all good. But yeah, starting off WrestleMania Night 1 was absolutely a star-studded kickoff. I mean, I got notes on this. I'm trying to pull them up. Anyways, the start off to the night was great as far as Jey Uso and Gunther. I will say this. I feel like the entrance for Jey could have been a lot better.
Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of the energy, it kind of seemed like the crowd was kind of dead for quite a bit of it to me. Like, they weren't very loud. Yeah, I get that, but still, like, it's Wrestle Goddamn Mania. Like... Yeah. They did, and it didn't really seem to even come out until about midway through Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair's match, to me. It did a little bit. I mean, it could have been way better, but in the end, it was acceptable. Let's put it that way.
What I do have is on the finish.
Yeah. No.
In late.
Yeah, absolutely none. Like, it was, and it was like not even it seemed like 5 seconds. Yeah, like, yeah, that's definitely true. It was rushed, but hey, Jey
got the finish that we wanted, so that's the main
straight
thing.
Up. To start off the night, having Jey Uso win the World Heavyweight Championship started that good vibe of starting off the show. You know,
Exactly. I mean, I can see why they did that. I mean, it was to get the energy in there and to make sure that everybody knew what they were coming to see. And I mean, to be honest with you, that's what I would have waited until later on in the show to have that match, just because that's pretty much.
yeah. Well, I was saying it to the buddies I was watching with. When you compare Jey Uso and Gunther to the caliber of talent that the triple threat guys, Rollins, Reigns, or Punk, they're not even on the same level. Not even Gunther. So, I mean, I do understand opening the match with it, or opening the show with it, just based on that. And plus, Jay is over, mega over, Yeah. Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Because he's deserving.
Yeah. Exactly. But very much so. But like we said, congratulations to Jey Uso for getting his title win on night one. Thank you to everybody who's joining us. I know it's kind of late if you're on the East Coast. It's getting close to midnight. If you're in Vegas, I'm sure you're probably headed down to the Kill Tony show with the Roast to WrestleMania. I wish we could be there with you. I know everybody's down there lit as hell right now.
Oh, dude, I bet.
So
I would be.
Yeah, I would be drunker than Steve Austin after a beer bash. But moving to the next match 2 of the night.
Hold on.
Oh, you want to? Oh, okay.
We gotta talk about real quick the first major thing that happened at WrestleMania.
And it wasn't even. We skipped one of the biggest.
And it wasn't even it wasn't even technically. It wasn't during WrestleMania. But it was announced on the pre-show that
they did it before the show.
Yeah, that WWE had acquired AAA.
That is one of the biggest announcements I think we've heard in this generation.
I mean, that's...
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No. To me, that's, AAA is the second, I don't know much about Lucha Libre as in AAA and CMLL and the standings like we had with WCW and WWF. But to me, that's pretty much, WCW and WWF. WWE literally bought the WCW of Mexico. Like, that's crazy.
So you're right on that. So it goes AAA, which is WCW, WWE level, CMLL, and then Crash.
Well,
so there's 3 levels in Mexico, just the same as technically how there is here.
Well, yes, but I refer to CMLL as the WWE just because they've been around 100 years, the legacy and everything. That's what I mean by Triple H is AAA is WW or WCW. Too many damn 3 letters.
Understand that.
And that's crazy. And they're gonna do Worlds Collide in June 7th in Los Angeles. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and I kind of laughed. I laughed because he's like, we haven't had a Worlds Collide in over, what was it, like 30 years or something?
Yeah, even though.
Correct. They had a UK Worlds Collide NXT event. I'm just going to say that.
They used to do NXT Worlds Collide at WWE World.
Exactly.
But I get the reference. The 1994 AAA
it's cool.
pay-per-view, which was produced by
Let the
WCW.
monopolization begin. Yeah, they're going. I'm starting to feel like the Vince Senior days when he started buying up the territories.
Vince Senior didn't buy up the territories.
Just saying. Or Vince Jr. Sorry.
Well, I don't
When he
see
started
it
buying
like
up all the
that.
talent and stuff like that, like it's. I mean, we different views for different dudes.
I totally, and I respect that. I don't see it quite like that. I see it as more of a stabilization. But once again, I don't know anything about the going-ons of AAA, so
Completely understand. Jey Uso's currently on the podium talking about his win.
Oh.
Kind of want one of these new T-shirts, the World Heavy Yeet Champion.
Heavy Yeet Champion.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a pretty good concept.
But yeah,
I mean,
dude, they put the shirts were out within 30 seconds of the bell ringing.
oh, I'm sure. It's just like the Super Bowl champion shirts.
I want a Gunther shirt now. I want the
Yeah,
ones
right.
they send to Ethiopia.
And still
But yeah,
champion.
I mean, they started off. Vegas has been nothing but heat all freaking week, man. I mean,
yeah.
I've seen all these clips from the events and everything. It has been nonstop. So this crowd was probably drained, trying to find water, trying to find oxygen.
I get that.
They're probably all dead down there.
Well, also,
And they still got two more nights to go, technically.
Yeah, because of Raw. But, you know.
Yeah. Well, no, they got Tuesday too with NXT.
You know.
NXT will be live from the Fountain Blue on Tuesday.
No. Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't watch Stand and Deliver, so.
Great show. We'll have to do, after you watch it, we'll have to go back and do a review on that one.
Absolutely.
Something for Patreon.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for the Patreon. We'll be launching that here soon.
Yes. But then we had the tag team championship match between the War Raiders and the New Day.
Brought to you by Clash of Clans.
Was it? I didn't notice that, or I might have missed that.
So there were some comments made because of both sets of gear were absolutely amazing. I'll just say that. The New Day's three-headed unicorn with the dead unicorn head in the middle, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Like the whole Distant Big E in their
cool.
entrance was awesome. Yeah. The outfits for the War Raiders with them, the War Raiders outfits, Pat McAfee had a blast with the name Pekka. And he missed a golden opportunity to say that's one big Pekka.
That's one big Pekka.
I said it out loud. I was like, that's a big Pekka.
That's funny.
Golden opportunity missed.
Totally missed, because that would have been perfect.
It was definitely one of the matches. I'll say it was probably one of the highlights of the night, just because it was, for me, it was the WrestleMania style tag match you expect.
Yeah.
Like it got the crowd into it, which was really nice. couple small little errors here and there, mostly by Michael Cole. I think he had a little bit too much to drink before the show, or a little bit too much before the show.
Did you see that?
I made a note. There was one comment.
When he's seen what's the football player's name? When he's chugging the beer and he's like, that beer looks good.
Exactly. And then there was a line during Eric was taking heat or whatever, and Cole makes a comment and says, we're going to keep harping on the fact that his neck's hurt because we're supposed to. I was were you supposed to say that? Like, he pretty much just said, we're just going to keep harping on it because we have to. It's like, dude, shh. Lay off the whiskey.
I mean, at least he's telling the truth and he's not making some bold-faced lie like some of the Southern announcers back in the 70s. Wasted and just making
this is true.
lies.
Yeah. Also, Ivar's Tommy Boy cartwheels, they always get me. Like, that's one of my favorite things. His freaking cartwheels are amazing. And then the back handspring.
Oh, yeah. He's
a big boy.
Yeah. Those back
How many times did I see you try to do that shit?
Never.
Exactly, because what's the golden rule about fat guys?
Don't put your ass above your head.
Bingo.
I know.
Bingo. But yeah, that whole match was just like the classic tag team match. I mean, it was definitely. I mean, as far as like tag team matches, this card was definitely lacking in that sense.
Yeah.
Compared to years past. So, I mean, as far as like what they had to go up against with being the only tag team match on the card, they pulled it out.
Yeah, it was a solid match. I enjoyed it. I mean, I wasn't jumping out of the couch I was sitting on. Kind of enjoyed it, but it was a decent match. Really solid. Good fundamentals.
It was entertaining.
Exactly. They did what they needed to do, you know?
Yeah.
So
the main thing that one thing I noticed at the end of that match, they did the wide shot of the crowd.
Yeah.
If memory serves me correct, in years past, did you ever notice a seat empty on the floor anywhere around the ring?
No. No.
There was at least like 400 chairs that were empty.
But
and I was like, well, if you lowered your prices down.
Yeah, but they filled them up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think I think they did right by the people who had those seats. Yeah, the seats behind the end zone. I think that's where all those crowd people came from that were on the stage and up on top of the stage.
Yeah, I noticed that during Roman's entrance, and I was like, oh, that would have been a dope seat. Were they there all night?
You show up thinking you're going to have a... I didn't notice them until Tiffany and Charlotte.
Huh. I didn't notice
them. I might have to go back and watch and see if they were there.
Yeah,
I noticed them at Tiffany and Charlotte. I was like, I would love to show up to WrestleMania and think I'm going to have the crappiest seats of the night and end up on the stage.
Right?
Like, that's like the best thing other than winning $28,000 when you go to the Vegas for Mania.
Right, when you get off the plane.
Exactly. Shout out to the dude in our group that won $28,000.
I was going to say, whoever that gentleman is, hats off to you, man. Get off the plane and go.
Hope you had a blast.
Yeah. And it's only night one. Slow down, brother. You still got a couple more nights.
No kidding. So, are we ready to move on to... I'm pretty sure you went to the bathroom on this one.
What, Jade and Naomi?
Yeah. Was that your smoke break?
Nope. I didn't need one because
that wasn't your smoke break of the night.
Nope. Dude, there's like 15 minutes between each match. Like,
This is true. This is true. Plenty of time for a smoke break. Not time enough to make it to the concession stands at Allegiant, but plenty of time to have a smoke break at home.
yeah. Like hell, I ran home through I made some chicken bacon ranch stuffed French breads. And I ran home and threw them in the oven. And yeah, so it was beautiful.
Welcome to Cooking with Jesse.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got a question for you. How did you like Naomi's entrance?
I didn't mind it. I was really thrown off because I was expecting her glow theme, but then to get some metal music, type music, I was like thrown off, but I like it. Like she kind of, because she always does that bounce, when she comes out, and she also, it seemed like to me, first impression, it worked for her. And it seemed like it, with her cadence, her walk cadence, fit her.
Yeah. She definitely looked more in her element. I don't know what it was, but she definitely did.
I think she, to be honest, yeah, exactly. Looked way more in her element, and I believe it's because she looked at this match like, I am the WWE veteran, taking the new one that's only been here a little more than a year, and bringing her along. Because last year they were in a 6.
The main thing that I noted. Yeah, the main thing I noted from Naomi's entrance was the high school style football entrance.
Yeah, the banner.
That cracked me up a little bit. That popped me a little. Yeah, that popped me. And then there's a little Easter egg. If you watch her entrance when she gets all the way down to the bottom of the ramp on the opposite hard camera side in the corner, her gear maker is actually standing there, wearing a tank top made out of the exact same material that she's wearing on on her stuff.
Yeah. I seen that guy. I thought maybe they were selling those.
I noticed about 6 different gear makers. Yeah. I seen about 6 different gear makers sitting ringside.
Well, I mean, it's the
and
night
fellow podcasters and fellow promoters.
There was a lot out there.
Oh yeah.
I liked how the
green shirt guy was in the house.
Oh, I know. I was bringing that up. I was like, God, that guy's just at everything. Wouldn't that be nice?
Hey, I wish. So I felt like they put more effort into Jade's entrance this year.
I didn't care for the weather channel.
They lost me.
There's that, and also I get her fascination with X-Men Storm, but can we move along? Like,
I can understand that.
Like, no offense, you didn't create the Storm character, so move the hell on. Figure out your own self. But I get it. It works for her, but it's just like, does WWE need to pay Marvel any more money?
No. Rey Mysterio has already tapped that budget out.
Hulk Hogan,
Yeah, exactly.
But I thought Jade Naomi did great. Like, it was a very entertaining match.
I think it showed Jade's strengths, honestly. Like, you can tell she's been working.
Yeah, you can definitely tell she's gotten better in the time that she was off. Because
starting the match, she was a little slower, and you could tell she was kind of like iffy on her judgment.
Yeah. A little bit of
And
that.
as it
ring
went on,
rust
she got
showing.
smoother. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I did have some negative thoughts. I mean, going like halfway through the match, I was like, this is just a normal match you would see on a Raw or a SmackDown. And then closer to the conclusion, I was like, okay, now I see why.
Yeah. Dude, that power bomb that she
Like-
gave Naomi.
The electric chair.
Yeah. Was crazy.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Just folded her up.
That was absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I honestly, I hope that Jade keeps working hard and like she keeps getting better because she has a bright future. She has the look for sure.
Yes, she does.
Like it's not the normal that we see on a daily basis.
Right. Like she does have that build for WWE.
Exactly.
I wonder how long it's going to take her to progress and get good. Or I should say great, not good, because she is good now.
I was gonna say,
but to that point to where, because like you were saying at the beginning, she was a little slow. It seemed like
yeah,
but towards the middle of the match, it seemed like it clicked. Okay, here we go. And then that gear is just rolling, and yeah, I really enjoyed this match. It was just like the tag match. It was a really solid, enjoyable, entertaining match for me personally.
yeah, I completely agree with that. One of the as far as like a night, I'm still trying to get used to this night 1, night 2 stuff.
Right.
Like it's still hard for me to get used to the fact that we have 2 nights of freaking wrestling on multiple weekends a year now. We have Wrestle Kingdom's 2 nights now, WrestleMania's 2 nights, and SummerSlam's 2 nights. So it's just like everything's just it's a lot of wrestling.
I know. And excuse me, I've been up since 4
See, that's how I feel. I feel you there. I had to work today.
But
somebody had the day off today. Just gonna say.
Yes, I did. But no, with the 2 nights, it doesn't feel as special as it did back in the day.
Yeah.
But here's the caveat
Completely.
to it that makes it acceptable in my book. We're not still watching WrestleMania. It's 8:45 here on the West Coast, and we would still be watching WrestleMania for another 3 hours. Like,
roughly,
why?
yeah.
But at the same time, it does take away from that, oh shit, this is the one night a year where everything happens. I've thought that the last couple years with the 2 nights, and Saturday always being the card, to where it's like, it's good.
Yeah.
But
completely understand. I completely agree on that one. So, moving on, how impressed were you with Jacob Fatu tonight?
I was disappointed in this match. I thought it would have been better.
No.
Yeah. I thought it would have been better. Don't get me wrong. The match was still good. Those two are great wrestlers. To me, it just, something wasn't there for me. I'm sure others loved the match.
Yeah,
I don't know. I want to see Jacob Fatu be Jacob Fatu, and it seems like he's afraid to take that risk to be himself, it seems like. Because I want to see the Jacob Fatu from MLW, and that's real Samoan.
I mean, as far as like the moves and stuff, I felt like we got some of the moveset from MLW tonight. Like, I felt like we got a little bit more of a taste of who he is. Not the full, like you said, like you're not getting the full werewolf yet. But as far as like introducing him on a bigger stage, that was the way to do it. I mean, LA Knight is a workhorse.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And
so he didn't just hand it. He didn't hand him an easy night.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Exactly.
Like I was saying, the match was great. It was a solid, entertaining match to me, but not what I was expecting. It under-delivered my expectation. Because I figured with
I get that.
LA Knight, ability, and Jacob Fatu's unpredictability and ability in that ring to do the things I've seen him do. Same with LA Knight.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, I don't know. Maybe it was because I was looking forward to Eli Drake versus Jacob Fatu. Maybe that's,
Gotcha. Well,
but it's WWE's.
I mean,
LA
side note on this, so
yeah.
Yeah. Side note on that. So I during the entrance, I mean, I know you saw Solo Sikoa coming out with Jacob.
Yep.
Solo he's a homie from Vegas. So I had to take it upon myself seeing him come out. I sent him a little text message saying, Hey Oos, look good up on the stage. How's it feel being in front of, your hometown on Mania? Haven't gotten a response yet. He has read it. Hopefully we get a response and I can read it on the next pod. But to see one of the homies being on that stage, somebody that we've met, is absolutely freaking amazing. Especially knowing his story and how hard he worked to get there. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is. I've thought that ever since he debuted in WWE. I was like, I remember seeing this guy at a show you put on.
Exactly. At a speedway. The footage is actually on YouTube, so I'm proud of that. That was seeing the path that family has gone on in the last 2 years has been inspiring, I guess is the right word.
Okay.
Like to see an entire family just go, we're taking over. Like nobody's going to tell us no. We're just going to bring everybody in. We're just going to do the damn thing, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like technically we have. I mean, personally, me and you have been doing this exact same thing ourselves.
Yeah.
So as far as like not taking no for an answer.
Oh, okay.
Living your dream, pushing forward, pushing hard, and making sure you get what you want, not what people think you deserve.
Amen, brother. Amen. You got to in this world.
So I mean, as far as like the entire NOIE family and everything like that, I know they've been in the business for years and years and years, but as a fan, it's still inspiring to see.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we're not done because there's still a couple more that have been signed that I hear one of them should be showing up on NXT very shortly.
Hopefully they've had what's his name?
Hikuleo.
I can't think of his name. Hikuleo, yeah. The big 7 foot tall Samoan.
Yeah, the baby. The baby of the
Tama. The baby, but the big one.
Yeah. Tallest out of the family, but yeah, the baby.
it was cool to see Haku come out and, you know, give his blessing to Jacob at the end. That was dope.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I didn't notice him until the people I was watching with said something, and I was like, "Oh crap, that's dope, Haku."
Yeah. But yeah, all in all, solid. On my opinion, solid match. Jacob got his belt or title. Sorry, not belt. Belts, hold up your pants. So I mean,
hold on.
Oh,
Whoa,
here we go.
I'm gonna
Here we
stop
go.
this goddamn discussion. I understand belts hold up your pants, but guess what? It's always been a championship belt ever since I was a child and way before then. Just because Vince McMahon, the dirty old pervert, said you couldn't say it because belt holds up your pants, son. Really? Because I've heard you say it 100,000 times in my lifetime, Vince. The championship belt is on the line. Oh. A title is just
Another classic Jacob Fatu promo.
A made up fucking thing. You know, a championship belt is what these guys work for. Not a championship title. A title is manager of a store. You're a manager of an iPhone store. That's a fucking title. It's a championship belt. Sorry? It's one of those things that in the last few years has been really getting to me. And then you literally just do it. I had to go for it.
Hey, let it out. I mean, the only bad take is one that you don't give.
Exactly. But it's a championship belt. It is not a title. A title is me saying you're the world heavyweight champion. You carry the belt.
All right, Hulk. Finger poke of doom. It is a late. It has been a great WrestleMania Saturday. This has been nothing but fun. I'll say that for me. Like,
oh yeah,
being on our first live podcast.
Yeah,
live on YouTube right now.
And we got another one to do tomorrow night.
I mean, don't remind me. It's going to be even long. I still got to go back and watch the Hall of Fame. I passed out like a 2-year-old last night because I got home and I was tired.
I watched it this morning on YouTube. It's pretty good.
Yeah, and I covered your deliveries for you today. You're welcome.
Wasn't my delivery.
People don't realize we work together, and that's fucking hilarious. We never get a break from each other anymore. Anyways, moving along on our card. I called it. I told us so. I told us so. I fucking told us so. What happened to Mr. Mysterio?
Yeah, you did.
What? What happened?
He got replaced. He got hurt.
Told us so. I told us so. I told us so.
No.
But Ray Phoenix got his flowers.
Yes, he did. Literally, 3 weeks in the company, and he's in a major... The third match from the main, the last 3 matches, he's in the third one. Like...
Exactly.
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
Sorry about the Motor City Machine Guns. Didn't even get that one.
It's sad they're not on tomorrow night against the... I can't remember Dawkins and
There's a triple threat TLC match on Friday
should have been on.
that should have been on. Exactly. And that's the match that I said should have taken Jade and Naomi's spot. Just saying.
It would have helped tonight, to be honest. But honestly,
exactly. That was.
I would have replaced the tag title match for that tag title match.
That would have been nice. That would have been good.
Yeah.
I will say this about the Phoenix entrance, or Grande entrance, I should say, was hard to watch.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
It was a great concept. It was the filter. It hurt my eyes.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that old grain, yellowish tint grain to it.
Yeah, and the fact that it took as long as an Undertaker entrance as well.
Yeah, that did seem to take a long time.
Yeah, about as long as it takes in a Mexican drive-thru.
If you're going to Atlantis, yes.
Yeah, exactly. But the fact that they gave a shout out to Vikingo,
yes.
That was cool. I popped for that. I will say I was expecting him to get more involved in it for some reason. Like I expected something from the other luchadors just to kind of tie in.
Yeah, I figured. I didn't even think they would do anything, to be honest. So the little spot he did at the end, towards the end, where he bopped him, kicked him, I didn't mind it.
Yeah,
but it
was clean.
Kind of sets it up like I think the first guy coming in is gonna be Vikingo,
which I kind of want to see how he gets tamed by the way of the E.
Yeah,
because of how his style is. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yes, I have.
That table spot is not going to fly, guaranteed. Dude almost breaks his neck every single time. Like it's borderline suicide. Shout out to Sabu.
Did you see the clip of him?
And by the way, he retired.
Sliding.
He finally retired. I didn't even know that was Janela. First of all, let's just put that out there. I did not recognize Janela one bit. He looked like a clown.
The rumor was Sabu was under the influence of something. So
yeah, it sure looked like it.
But yeah.
It was one of those. It was one of the highlights of the weekend. I'll say that. Other than Natty showing up to roll ass at Bloodsport.
So you finally seen it?
Like that was good.
She whipped.
Yeah, I did. It was awesome.
So did Karrion Kross, or should I say for the night, Killer Kross, which was dope to watch him.
I wish they would just send him back
or do something with it.
Yeah, like all of them were just amazing. Like Bloodsport is definitely the way that Underground should have been.
Oh yeah, definitely, but
which is what they were trying. That's what they were trying to steal off of. But it didn't work for them. Going back to the match though, how did you feel about that reverse 450?
Dude, that threw me off. I was like, holy crap, good thing he landed it the way he did. Because if he would have At first, I thought he was a little bit high, and then when they did the replay,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that he hit it perfectly. But, whoo, that's one of those split second, I can't feel my toes for the rest of my life kind of things. I can't lie, that kind of scared me watching
Yeah.
it. 'Cause it was like,
Let's see Brock do that.
No, Brock wouldn't have gotten up if he did that.
Half a second from.
Mhm.
It was a
Classic.
WrestleMania moment for sure. Like, we've never seen that pulled out.
No, and that was honestly the first time I really remember the fans coming alive. Like, oh, kind of like they did on the fall season, the main event.
What did we just see?
Yeah, exactly. Not
Yeah,
necessarily a normal pop, but
the metal plate. Yeah, the metal plate spot. Let me ask you. Does it come off as retarded to you as it does me?
what do you mean? Which aspect of it? I should say, like, just
As
the
far
whole...
as the reciprocate. So if you put metal plate between your face and another person's face, nobody wins in a headbutt.
No, but it's professional wrestling.
Like, nobody's gonna win. I'm just saying the realism. If you're gonna preach it right.
Okay, well, here's a view on the other side of the street, let me say. I love it.
Okay.
It takes me back to the time of Jody Hamilton as the assassin and
Okay.
the Assassins, all the mass tag teams from the 60s and 70s and even 80s, using the steel plate gimmick. Hell, Jody Hamilton did it in the 90s managing Paul Orndorff in WCW. Like, I love that kind of stuff. But that's like,
I mean, I've always loved the loaded hand. Like Eric Bischoff's, that's one that I always remember. It's the Eric Bischoff one.
The karate boot thing stuffed with the steel plate. It was perfect.
Yeah, that's the one I always go back to when I see that.
Yeah, that's a good one. See, I always go back to Jody Hamilton headbutting. I don't remember if it was Marcus Bagwell or Too Cold Scorpio, but watching him load the mask and bam, and then seeing it, thanks to YouTube back in the 70s, and I love that kind of old goofy stuff like that.
It definitely adds back the dirty tactics, not just the eye rakes and the cheap heat stuff. It brings back the good stuff about wrestling as far as like the heel tactics.
Exactly. Yeah.
Foreign object.
Ready to rumble.
But as far as the whole match, though, I thought it went really good. Cole messed up a call on the metal plate, which was hilarious because Ray kicked him in the head, and he completely spaced the fact that he kicked the metal plate. He's like, "Oh, that injured ankle."
Yeah.
Maybe it was Cole. It's not the plate, Cole. Oh, maybe you're right. It's like, wait, what just happened?
Hey, Cole had to get steered back. That's all right. It happens.
I just proved that Pat is exactly the professional we all know he is.
A lot of people don't like Pat McAfee. I don't mind Pat McAfee on the commentary. I actually kind of enjoy
He's
him.
one of the.
He makes Michael Cole enjoyable.
He really does. I feel like Cole is like taking some pointers from him as far as like his enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So it's just made it way.
I look at McAfee with Cole kind of like when JR finally got King, you know, except for
Okay. Yeah.
you know, somebody that he can bounce off of very well. Kind of like Cole and Taz back in
Yeah.
the SmackDown 5 days, you know? Because to me, back then,
Yeah.
there was nobody.
You know what
better
I
than
noticed
those two.
that the show didn't have tonight? No legends
Other than the Hall of Fame?
sitting ringside for the first time.
Yeah, no.
Like that was the only mention of anybody from the past. Everybody else was like either O'Shea Jackson Jr., George Kittle, or some musician. Like there were no legends ringside.
Yeah, no, not this year, but I bet you tomorrow there will be. Because it's the main.
I hope so. That's like one of the best parts.
Yeah.
We've hit the halfway point on this show
Really?
so far. I mean, we've done good. Yeah. We're at match number 6 of the night. We have hit the halfway point.
Halfway. I believe we have 2 more to go.
Yeah, that technically, because in between the Grande match and the Charlotte Flair and Stratton match, they had the Legends introduction
Yes.
and just talking in the middle of it. So that technically would have been the halfway point on the show. So I hit it right for once. I got it right. That was where the intermission would have been, or should have been.
And it pretty much was.
To the Rolex wearing.
Yeah.
Yep, you weren't seen at all.
I was getting ready to say this. I think this is one of the first Manias where somebody from WCW was mentioned and Flair wasn't.
Yeah, wasn't the one or the one mentioned.
Exactly, which was, to be honest with you, I'm happy with that. I'm tired of Flair. Sorry, tired of it.
Tired of all of them.
Grew up with it pretty much. I mean, when Hogan got booed that bad, that made me realize that the times have really changed.
Well, I mean, he kind of did it to himself.
You're right.
I know I'm right.
It definitely did. He definitely did.
But I think
he definitely did it to himself. But
I think the real moral of the story is don't bang your friend's wife.
We'll be right back. Coming up.
And we'll be right back.
Yeah, that's a golden life lesson. But moving right along, Stratton versus Charlotte, aka the match that I am dubbing the Toothless match.
Dude, I didn't notice that. And it was funny because when she's sitting on the apron at the end of the match and just smiling, I was like, she's going to be embarrassed when somebody goes, you're missing a part of your teeth. She go, what?
You could tell she looked up and seen the screen and was smiling big with her mouth open and like, oh shit, and closed her mouth like really quickly. Like, yeah, you're going to be feeling that tomorrow for sure.
And you called one. I called this one. Kind of a clusterfuck. It had its cluster moments,
you felt everything you felt everything they did. That's the main thing. Like, you could tell they hated each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with you on
like
that.
There was a lot of heat in there.
Definitely was. And I mean, shit, teeth were being busted. Like,
Yeah,
that alone,
big time.
like,
And then there were lots of legit strikes in this one, like a lot.
see the welt on Tiffany's forehead?
Oh yeah, it looked even worse during the post show.
Oh, really? Well, obviously, I didn't see it. But
Yeah, I'm sitting.
it was
I'm kind
crazy.
of monitoring it right now. Yeah, it was definitely a strong style women's match that would send you back to Japan, kind of style, like some underground Japan wrestling. Like they beat the shit out of each other.
some 90s Joshi wrestling.
There you go. I was trying to think of it, and I didn't want to say the wrong one.
Yeah, the Bull Nakanos, the Ajikangs, the Akira Ohokoto.
Yeah, the overall feel of the match was just two women beating the shit out of each other. Like that was literally it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kaiser's phone on a pole match would have been funnier.
I seen that meme
Just
the
saying.
other day. I
Or
think it
having
was
him be the
better.
special enforcer. That'd be good.
I think it was better because, like I was saying, I expected there was clusterfuck moments in this match for sure, but I was expecting the whole match
Yeah.
to kind of be a big clusterfuck, and it only had its
Yeah.
moments, but it was, dude, it was a really good match. Like, by the time, what is it, the prettiest moonsault ever? I still want to call it the best moonsault ever, but that's Daniels. But it was like, oh damn, that was actually a pretty damn good match, and so far the best match of the night.
I am surprised to hear you say that. I really am.
It was. If they
Like,
the two
I am
if they
shocked.
didn't have them couple clusterfuck moments, that would have definitely up to this moment been. I mean, up to this moment, it was the match of the night for me, but it would have been solidly number 2 of the night behind the main event.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. It definitely was one of the stronger holding matches of the night.
Yeah. Totally was, because compared to the tag title match, it was way better.
Question though, who's next?
What do you mean? For Tiff?
Yep.
She's on SmackDown. I'm going to say Chelsea Green. But I just want to see Chelsea Green succeed, so.
I get that. I think Steph gets called up.
That'd be dope. I'd really enjoy that.
I think Steph gets called up this week.
I don't know about that quickly, just because she did regain the title at Stand and Deliver, so.
I mean, we've seen weirder stuff happen in the past with the NXT title holders.
Don't get me wrong, Kevin Owens.
Paige.
Well, Paige for a few different things.
It happens.
Yeah,
Shut
it
up.
does happen. So, you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll find it.
Yeah, but moving right along to the
actual match of the
moving
night.
right along to the match with enough falses. The match that had enough falses to fill a toothless woman's mouth.
but good ones. No offense to you indie guys. Those tonight were falsies. What you guys do is a waste of time. Speaking as a fan.
So
All due respect.
I have a note on here, and I know it's probably this might send you over the edge. I'm hoping it doesn't, but it might. This match definitely gave me WrestleMania 20 vibes.
Yeah, but way more aggressive.
I will say that way more aggressive and without.
If you take the aggression level of tonight, they were, sorry, the stupid thing's backwards. They were redlining. Sean, Benoit, and Triple H,
definitely.
I would say they were halfway. But tonight, it seemed the aggression level was redlining. Like those three made it look like they absolutely wanted to fucking kill each other, and it was great.
That and there was no title at stake.
Didn't even need one. Why? Because
nope, not on this one.
Story.
Exactly. And it was that the story got told in one of the most beautiful ways I think I've seen a story told, other than what's going to happen tomorrow night. Damn.
Yeah.
But I called it.
Yeah. So did I. Yeah. Yeah. Seen it coming. And I was stoked when it happened. I didn't expect the Punk one to be first. I expected the Roman one to be first. And the Punk one second.
I will say this. I want you to, since I know we're going to post-produce this and re-air it next week, so anybody that wasn't able to see it this week live, you will be able to re-watch this next week. So, for those at home, I'm going to do this little number. And Jesse, I want you to add in that little video clip of Heyman and Seth in the cage a few years ago.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Long-term storytelling at its best.
Yeah. And they just, the little interview that they had earlier today on the pre-show, he talked about how, Heyman also, he owes something to Heyman. So.
Yeah.
And.
To be honest with you, I popped and laughed my ass off when when Heyman wiggled his arm in between Roman's legs. That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
It was very dong-like.
Damn.
I have a feeling that's going to be a meme for the next 50 years. I hope it is. I hope it is. Just wiggling his little arm.
Yeah.
It's a classic moment. That and Heyman air guitar during Punk's entrance was classic. Speaking of Living Color, did you enjoy it or did you hate it?
I thought their mics were down a little too bit for me. Could have been louder, but I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't mind it.
I think it sounded just as good live as it does to the. I think it sounds good live, just as good as it does to the PA recording.
Yeah, I wish their mics were turned up a little bit louder because it seemed like the crowd noise was kind of drowning them out on the broadcast to me.
Yeah, it did. The Roman entrance with the drop down of the LED screens.
That was dope with High Chief and Rikishi and Yoko and then Then the
Oh.
rest of them looked like him, just him. Pictures of him.
That was probably one of the most epic entrances as far as like showing that you're alone, but you're not alone.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like that's kind of the symbolism I got from it.
No, I totally understand it because, he lost his wise man. Or was what he thought beforehand. He was being betrayed by his wise man.
Yeah.
Needed that proverbial shot in the arm, So
Yeah, it was definitely one of those entrances that makes you think a little deeper,
oh,
like
definitely.
a hidden meaning.
Definitely. 'Cause
Seth's entrance I didn't
look at
really
it.
get.
Well,
I didn't get Seth's entrance at all.
I didn't even see Seth's entrance. I was in the bathroom.
Came
back
out with
and
he came out with a black trench coat, get up to begin with. Came out the spotlight with the crowd doing his piped in chant. Lights go out, comes back on, and he's in a solid white outfit.
Oh. Okay.
Made no sense to me. For me, I kind of wish he would have showed up in the Shield gimmick just to fuck with Roman.
Yeah. Like he did at the Rumble.
I thought that would have been funny. Or a good gear gimmick for Mania.
Yeah.
Going back to Tiffany Stratton's entrance, guaranteed we're going to get a 3-pack of her Barbie doll.
I mean, it does work with Mattel. I mean, or they do work
They said
with
it during her
Mattel,
entrance
so.
that they said during her entrance that Barbie was doing something with her. So
Okay.
that'll be a cool twist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully it does better than the last set that they put out for the women's wrestlers.
Yeah. I remember seeing those on the store shelves for a long time.
Yeah,
My
they
daughter-
were like Bratz dolls, but for women's wrestlers.
Yeah. Yeah, my daughter didn't even want them.
What'd you think about the new table spot?
I thought it was pretty good. I loved the way the TV screen or whatever exploded when Rollins went through that the Spanish one.
Yeah, that was good. They seem like they break cleaner.
Yeah, except for when Punk hit. Punk kind of hit, and then it gave out, which kind of seemed
It didn't
like
seem like it folded.
Yeah, it just seemed like he hit it was probably 100th of a second, but to me it seemed like he hit and just kind of laid there, and then the table broke. You know, when you go to an indie show and the table is really fucking stiff, you see someone go to try and put somebody through it, and they just hit, and they're just,
Yeah.
and then the table leg fucking gives out, and they slide.
That always cracks me up. Table spots, do your tables right. That's all I gotta say. Just do your tables right.
Yeah, but let's be honest, some of them tables
definitely seem like they. Yeah, here's my hot take on it though. With the both tables being broke tonight, tomorrow they should have 8-foot folding tables at ringside.
Yeah. No, they're gonna go through those.
But we know they won't.
No.
Oh yeah, those two will be broken again tomorrow, and we'll have RIP Spanish announce table. But so far, it's been a great kickoff to the weekend. That twist of a finish was great.
Oh, dude, I wasn't
take it.
expecting it to go down that exactly that way, but oh, dude, it was beautiful. It was fucking
Yeah,
beautiful.
it was total. Once Heyman got in the ring, I was like, "Oh, which way does this go?" Because I only thought it was going to stop with, Punk.
Dude, the
I thought they
minute
were
he
going to wait
went
and twist the
grabbed-
Rollins stuff on Monday.
See, the minute he went and grabbed the chairs, when I was like, "Uh-oh, is this gonna
Yeah.
actually happen? Where he's gonna go with Seth, or what?"
Well, what do you think the reaction would have been if he would have grabbed the Ulafala and ripped it?
See, I thought that's what he was looking at first when he
Yeah.
went for the chair, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It would have been.
I thought he was going.
It would have been crazy to see. Roman would have went nuts.
Yeah, like that would have been. I think that would have been a greater heat moment for the overall.
Yeah. Yeah,
But I think it would have died, and it would have died. It would have died once the Rollins part happened.
Yeah, and if he would have done it after the match, it would have been. That's where it would have fit.
That would have been the tearjerker, and then to have Roman do some crying on the spot, that would have, yeah.
Exactly.
But then you probably had the whole NYE family pissed off at you. So,
They already dealt with that 10 years ago when Seth Rollins cashed in. So.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was that was hilarious.
This match. This match was definitely the match of the night, bar none.
Yeah, definitely. No title needed. Nothing.
Nope. After watching the whole show, there wasn't a better match, and this should have been the main event.
Yeah.
But again, congratulations.
You know the
Jey
best part
Uso.
about night one?
What?
Yeah. The best part about night one, not a single interference from outside.
No. Other than Heyman.
Not a single one. Yep, not a single one.
Now let's see what.
Which means tomorrow's
tomorrow.
going to be absolutely fucking nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be absolutely nuts.
Oh yes.
But we will be back here tomorrow night following night 2.
Yep. For another rundown of the WrestleMania festivities. And
yeah, we're going to try to work out some of these bugs too.
we were rushing to get this thing up on the air for you guys. So what?
Hey, for one thing, I say the first night we did this thing without a hitch.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Like first night 1, we did good. So
yeah, we did.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. Go ahead and close this out, Jesse.
All right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff. Check out our Facebook page. Thank you guys for watching. Please interact with us. We love talking with the fans that do interact every once in a while. And we'll see you tomorrow night after WrestleMania 41 Night 2. You guys have a good one. Be safe out there. Have a good one.